Hey everyone, today we are doing something really fun. We are multiplying decimals. So, will you put in your table of contents that we are multiplying decimals on 10R? And I'm going to go faster so you can pause me, put multiplying decimals 10R in your table of contents. Once you have that done, go ahead and flip to 10R and then we will begin. All right, so with multiplying decimals, there's really no tricks, no treats, Halloween's over, dang it. But there's really nothing extra special, and most of you have seen multiplying decimals before. So hopefully this is not brand new to you, and today will be kind of just a reminder type of day. So I'm gonna start off pretty easy, and all we're gonna do is examples, okay? So my first example, and I'm gonna write it this way, is 6 times 1.99. Okay, so I have 6 times 1.99. I need to figure out what that product is. Now, when I'm multiplying decimals, Miss Hernandez showed me a cool trick. I want to count how many decimals I have. So I have 2 decimals behind the 1.99. So over on the side, I'm just going to write a little 2 as a reminder. Okay, now I'm actually going to multiply, and I'm going to take the number with the most digits up at top, 199 times 6. Okay, and I just put it like that. I don't even put the decimal, nothing. I just take the number, strip it down of the decimal, and set it up like this. And now I can take 6 times 199. So 6 times 9 is 54. I carry the 5. 6 times 9 is 54 again. I'm going to add that 5, so it's 59. Carry this 5. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 11. So I have 1,194. But don't forget, we said 2. We have 2 decimals that we are going to be using. So I'm going to start at the end, and I'm going to go 1, 2, and make a decimal point. So there's my answer. My answer to this problem is 11.94. Okay, so that all sounds good. Let's talk about estimating this. And when you were practicing estimating, does this make sense? Well, I really was taking 6 times 1.99. 6 was a whole number times 1.99 is really, really close to 2. So I should get around 12. Oh, looky there. I did. So I know that my answer was reasonable. I know that this is probably right. As long as I didn't make a little error here or there, that answer is right. Okay, so estimating to make sure our answer makes sense is important for our justification. Does this make sense? Okay, so I did that one. I would like you to try a very similar one. Here's your example. I would like you to try 2.4 times 5. 2.4 times 5. Go ahead, pause the video, and we will be back with each other in a minute. All right, hopefully that went really well for you. Here's how I set it up. I knew that there was 1 decimal place, so this is why I put a 1 over here. I set it up as 24 times 5. I know 5 times 4 is 20, carry the 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. And now I know I have to carry the decimal 1. So my answer would be 12.0, which is just 12, right? And so make sure going back thinking about an estimate, 2.4 was like close to 2-ish. 2 times 5 is 10, and 12 and 10, yeah, they're pretty close. That 0.4 gave us some extra, and so that's why it's more than 10 and it's 12. Okay, hopefully this is all coming back for you. We're going to make it a little more complicated. So example 3. Example 3, and if you guys run out of room, we can go on to 10L as well, okay? So right now we have 3.8. This is our next example. 3.8 times 2.95. 3.8 times 2.95. Okay, so my first thing is to count the decimals. 1, 2. I know I'm going to have, and over in the corner, I'm going to write that I have 3 decimals. Okay, now I'm going to set it up with the number with the most digits on top, 295 times 38. Okay, when you're multiplying, make sure you really stay straight. Okay, what I mean by that is you're going to take 8 times 5 and you're going to put that 40 0 down below. Now I'm going to take 8 times 9 and I'm going to put, since it was 40, I'm going to put a little 4 at the top. 8 times 9 is 72, plus 4 is 76. And this is why knowing your multiplication facts is so important, you guys. All right, where was I? 76, carry the 7. 8 times 2 is 16, right? And 16 plus 7 is 23. Whew. Okay, so I've gotten that part. Now I need to start multiplying the 3 and multiplying that through. Now, what I've heard you guys say is when you're going to it, you have to drop a bob or something like that. You need to put a 0 placeholder in there. Okay, now I can take 3 times 5 and I get 15. Carry the 1. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 1 is 28. Carry the 2. And just make sure you're not getting confused with the numbers that were there before. I've seen some of you cross them off, different things like that. Now I've got 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. All right, and now I can just add them together. 0, 11, 8 plus 3 is also 11, 12. Carry your 1, and now I have 10, 11. So 11,210. But remember, I had 3 decimal places. So I'm going to go my 3 decimals, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move over 3. So my answer is 11.210. I don't really need that 0 at the end. So 11.21. If we look back at our problem, does that answer make sense? Well, I had 3.8, which is pretty close to 4. 2.95, which is pretty close to 3. If I multiply those together, I get 12. Oh, look at that. 11.21 is pretty close to 12. So I'm feeling pretty good about that one. Okay. All right. So last one I want you to do. I want you to try this and then we'll come back and talk about it. 9.76 times 0.46. All right, I want you to try what you know, and then we'll go from there. Pause your video and try this. All right, hopefully you're not having too much trouble with that. Notice I did get 4 decimal places that I was going to need to use, 4 decimal letters. Make sure you set it up like this, 976 times 46, because that 0 doesn't really matter for us, and I've already counted the decimals. If you didn't set it up like this, then you need to set it up like this, pause the video, and now try it again for yourself, okay? So make sure you're understanding this on your own and not just having me coach you the whole time, okay? All right, if you have that, here is what I've got, 976 times 46. When I added those up, I got 44,896. But remember, I have 4 decimal places for myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer is really 4.4896, okay? So it's really a very small number when I remember to put those decimal places in. Okay, I hope you're feeling good about that. Here's what I need you to do next. I have got a QR code on the screen. Will you please scan that? And it's a game. You can use your whiteboards and play this Chutes and Ladder game. It might take you a couple tries to figure out what you're really doing, but I'm sure you'll get it. All right, thanks for listening.